house.
Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson. Y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Joseph Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up?
Yeah,
like
talk
long
about
walks
yourself.
on the bee.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most romantic.
He leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all of the zodiac.
Oh,
If you couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
Back with another episode of the Causeway Street Podcast. Joseph Pavone here, Sean Dutra, Joel Pavone.
What up?
I don't think there's one Celtics fans out there that is upset with what happened Thursday night in the NBA draft. The Boston Celtics selected Robert Williams. And
Bob Williams, actually.
He actually hates that, Sean.
Well, Danny called him Bob.
I know, which is funny because he did call him Bob, but no. He
Bobby.
likes Rob or Robert. And
What about Robbie?
some people are getting a little skeptical about him now. People are thinking about his checkered past, quote unquote. I don't think it's that bad as people are making it out to be.
Just get him a fucking loud ass alarm clock and he should be all right.
I think
DeAndre Jordan 2.0, baby.
unfortunately, it might go beyond that. But you know what? We'll break that down. We'll,
All right.
we'll get it into that, of course. The other rumors are swirling around the NBA. Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James. You know, the typical stuff you've been listening to for, like 3 weeks now?
Yeah, and probably our takes will change from last week. So, I mean, it's fine, man. This is the Causeway Street Podcast, baby.
It's pretty much what we do here.
Yeah.
And we'll recap the rest of the draft, things that went down, things that should have gone down, and some of the teams that really messed up, especially in the top 5. But let's get right into it, guys. Robert Williams, number 27, a guy who was projected to be a top 15, top 16, 17 pick, falls down to number 27, right, for the Boston Celtics. And that was a no-brainer for Danny Ainge and the Boston Celtics, of course. I mean, the guy's a rim protector. He's a guy that the Celtics haven't had in, like, I don't know what, since, like, Garnett? I don't know. When's the last time we've seen a rim protector in the Celtics uniform?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a while. I mean, the last time our boy, Zach Peliquin, so eloquently put it, the last time we drafted someone like this was at number 27, Jawan Johnson. He did not work out.
No, he
but
didn't.
let's hope.
Bad example.
And I think that
Where's Juwan these days?
Jawan probably in the
I think the last time I checked, he was in Germany, actually. I don't know if he's still there.
my guess is he's collecting food stamps somewhere. But I don't know why my mind went there, but I just he looks
Is it because we're in Brockton now? Is that what it is?
no.
I can feel the love.
I love everybody in Market Basket, bro. When you have your carriages
That's
filled with when you walk in with 2 carriages, I know what's up.
All right, this is taking a weird turn.
Yeah, this is-
let's reel back, guys. All right, so
2 minutes. 2 minutes into the podcast.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes into the podcast.
I think that's a record now. But no, what this guy is going to give to the Celtics, I think, is something that no one can really say, oh, well, they should have drafted this guy instead of Robert Williams. Oh, they should do this. Like, this is a no-brainer. So regardless if
Absolutely
it
no-brainer.
works out or not, you can't look back and say, oh, man, they really missed out on Brunson or, you know.
No, you take the
You know
risk.
what I mean?
You take the risk.
Take that risk.
Any good thing, any positive thing he brings to the Celtics is a bonus.
Yes. Well, so
Seriously.
here- and you know what too? Bring your character issues. Let's see what
Yeah,
Brad can do with them.
fuck
You
it,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, at 27 in the draft, you're either going to draft somebody like that. It's a boom or bust, right?
I got you. It's either Jawan Johnson or Jimmy Butler.
Right. Yeah. So
There was no
there's
Jimmy
it's
Butlers.
like nothing in
It's
between.
like the end. It's like the complete opposite of the
There's
spectrum.
nothing in between.
Yeah, but
you go.
there was no Jimmy Butlers in this draft, especially there,
Well,
right?
Brunson could be a Jimmy Butler, but I'll digress. I
don't
mean,
think that's true at all.
I didn't even think
Not
that.
even
I
close.
did not think at all that Robert Williams would even be a thought for the Celtics. I had him in the lottery in my mock draft that never got posted.
I had him going. I had him going to the.
Wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
You never turned it in. I had him
I
going
had
to the
it
Clippers.
written down. It got lost. All right.
I had him going to the Clippers. I figured they would go big and small.
Right.
But they fell in love with two guards that they wanted to pick.
You thought you'd be like
there was a trade in there as well, so
like
things got different. And but what boggles my mind is what the Lakers did.
Idiots.
You're going with Mo Wagner? I mean, I get it. This is the positionless NBA. The bigs that shoot are the ones that are going to give you, production night in and night out. But I mean, you're going to pass out on the rim protector and go for Mo Wagner?
So if you're the Lakers, you do not have a good team. Mo Wagner is probably a role player in the NBA. If you have the 24th pick, 25th pick. Oh yeah, because Anthony, my boy.
Yeah, he made it. You know what? I thought he would go last in
know.
the first round. I thought he would go 30th.
If you have the 25th pick, you do not draft a role player unless you're a playoff team. The Lakers are not a playoff team.
But they're going to sign LeBron and Paul George.
So maybe
trade
Mo
for
Wagner, if they're going on that. But I'm sorry, if you got
Joel's onto something.
Arguably,
you surround LeBron with shooters, right? That's how it works.
Arguably,
Kuzma.
Robert Williams is the third best big man in this draft.
I mean, I feel like
big man.
Center.
No. Well, I mean, you guys brought it up last week, and you guys were.
I'm going to take Bamba, then I'm going to take Ayton, then I'm going to take Williams.
Yeah, you guys discussed this last week, and it's a surprise because we all thought that this was a guard-heavy draft, right? And all the prospects and all the options.
Where the Celtics were drafted.
Where the Celtics were drafted.
Right.
All the bigs we figured would be gone. The ones that were worth
Robert
drafting
Williams shouldn't have been there.
would be in top 15. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you got Danny Ainge probably thinking this dude is not going to be still available at the end of the first round. So it kind of makes you wonder, why did he fall so low? But at this point, who cares?
Well, maybe why he fell so low is because he's, slept in for the press conference.
Well, I mean,
that's not a good look.
He didn't make a great first impression.
I know, but you just mentioned about Brad Stevens, right? Brad Stevens like,
I don't think you're the
not
first
the first time
we've
we've heard that today.
I know. I hate that shit. That's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, if it's too easy, don't say it.
Yeah.
No, you just mentioned.
Think about it.
You mentioned Brad Stevens.
Rethink it.
You mentioned Stevens like, oh, he can work with this. So you slept in for your.
Like if you wanted to put him
your
on
press conference call because it wasn't even like he's gonna be in person, so whatever.
If he was having like those codeine dreams, like you wanted to go something like that,
you
wanted to insinuate some drug use.
Now you're taking a whole different turn.
No, hey, I will say this. I will say this is that if he's the first draft pick,
it's like he's not Vin Baker.
That didn't show up. That was alive for the Celtics.
Jesus,
the first one.
Is it still too soon?
He didn't show up, and Danny Ainge said, we don't know where he is. You guys didn't immediately think Len Bias?
No.
That's where my mind went to.
Only you.
My mind literally went to, oh shit, Buffalo Wild Wings got fucking crunk last night, and somebody whipped out the white stuff.
I mean,
I'm just saying, he probably, I had envisions
look at this.
of him doing cocaine off a Buffalo Wild Wings waitress's butt.
John, in his mind, wasn't saying like, "Oh man, I can't believe this guy couldn't wake up." He was just like, "Look, he's awake. That's the most important thing, guys. He's safe."
When I heard he's been found,
he said he's alive.
Thank you. Okay.
They go
let's just get him in the building.
They're like,
get him coached up.
Forget that he overslept. This is thank God he's alive, right? That was your.
Can we say he was hungover though? Come on, I mean, 11 o'clock
Definitely
conference
hungover.
call,
Got wrecked.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock conference call. Okay, I get it. It's a little early, but
got
come on,
wrecked.
11 o'clock conference call.
Because even if you have an 11 o'clock, if you are in Central Time, which was the excuse, right? You have something to do at 10 o'clock. You should be up by 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? So like
10 tops.
So if you are an hour late Central Time, that means you're 2 hours late Eastern Time. So if he thought it was 11 Central Time, he should have been he should have been trying to get up for 10 Central Time. All I'm going to say is he was hungover, because if it's the first day and I have a press conference today, I'm getting introduced to my new team today, you don't fucking sleep in.
Okay, but what if, like we just said, you're projected to be a top 15, top 16 pick, and 18 goes, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, he probably had a shot for every pick and it didn't go.
No, well then it refutes your
for Sean Duch's logic. That's what Sean would have done. Yeah. So come 27, he would have been wrecked.
All right, line him up. Line him up.
Well, it refutes your logic that he was
once it gets to 25,
doing something else.
Okay, cocaine.
No, yeah, because he would have been awake for that.
No, don't do cocaine.
No,
No one do. Len Bias showed everyone never to do that, so don't do it.
No, but if he was doing that,
I'm just saying.
hypothetically, he would have been awake.
Hey, if as long as you get drafted in the first round, you get guaranteed money. That's literally all these players care about. Is a guaranteed contract, and
You know
he
what? That's
barely got it.
That's funny you say that because when they when he was asked a question on the conference call, I'm paraphrasing here, but for the most part, I'm pretty on point. He said, "Look, man, any place that wants me and is going to give me money, I'm down. Let's do it." So there you go.
But
then now people are questioning his
questionable cocaine addiction. And
all right, can we get off the cocaine thing?
I'm
Listen,
I'm joking.
I know you
All
are,
right.
but jeez, this is going on for like 6 minutes. Okay, in all seriousness, lack of motivation, lack of focus has been sort of the red flags that people are speculating why teams were not eager to draft him, especially in the top 20, and which is the reason why he dropped to number 27. He did get suspended the beginning of his sophomore season just last year. No one knows. The school said that he violated a rule, and that hasn't come out yet. If there's one media,
Let's go to Texas.
if there's one city that'll do some digging and find out why he was suspended, it is Boston. So look for that to break in the next few months or so.
All I'm gonna say is-
Can we play the game of guess why?
You already know my guess.
No, let's not play that game. We're not playing that game with Sean.
I'm not going to say it. You guys go.
All right.
Yeah, but am I the only one that's like not concerned at all? I mean, look, the
No,
Boston
I'm
Celtics
not
culture, Brad Stevens culture,
It's Brad
guys like
Stevens.
Al Horford.
He's never met Brad Stevens
Kyrie
before.
Irving. I mean, obviously, this guy's a Kyrie fan. He's already making flat. The Earth is flat jokes on Twitter like seconds after he was drafted. So clearly,
That was before.
No, that was before. That was the beginning of.
He's a flat Earth guy.
Yeah, that's
he's
like-
with me, bro.
That was like the beginning of the month or last month, something like that. Yeah.
He's a flat Earth guy.
Also, then he's really a Kyrie
Organically,
fan,
yeah. He's
Look,
an
the
organic
moment-
flat
I
Earth
think
He
guy.
moment-
tweeted
hold
that
on.
out after.
No,
that was like
the
in
moment-
March.
after he was drafted.
The moment he got drafted by the
must have
Celtics,
missed the date on that.
people went into his Twitter, archives.
Yo, someone pulled out a tweet from like 2013.
Yeah, no,
who does this stuff?
Someone pulled out a tweet from 2012, him saying "fuck Los Angeles." They're like, "Oh, he's gonna fit in fine here in Boston."
Who does this?
It could've been
Does
just
Twitter
saying
even let
just
you
the
go
city in general?
This is the
that
problem.
far back?
This is the problem. Is that if I ever do anything good in my life, it's going to be immediately ruined because my social media is just littered with mistakes in my life since I was drinking. Like, there's so many drunken mistakes in my social media past. It's literally impossible for me. And I could imagine an NBA player, a 14-year-old who was a stud athlete in their high school, just being on social media when it's all new. Because still, if you think about it, this generation, they're 19 years old. Think about 5 years ago. That was just the start of, like, social media policing 5 years ago.
Nah, probably further.
But, like, no, but it was in the beginning stages. Like, you could still get away with a lot of stuff on social media.
I guess it depends. If you
These people are not. These
no
people are
now
nobodies, though,
but
at
no
that
but
point.
yeah but now
I
at
hear what
this
you're
point
saying. About
no.
5 or 6 years ago, that's when you like go on CNN. They'd be like, "This guy tweeted this the other day." You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
Like, you go
celebrities were
further
already
than that,
there.
they would never
but-
say that.
Yeah,
They
But
would
I
never
think
say that.
it depends on that little blue check mark.
Oh yeah,
that
clearly.
like
that's because those are the celebrities. Like those
Yeah.
are the ones that really get.
Right,
in
like,
trouble.
all of a sudden that warrants like, oh, what this person says is you gotta like talk about it.
All I know is that, I mean, it's impossible for me. I've thought about it. I said I should go back to 2011 and just delete everything because I don't know what I said.
Yeah, but how do you go that far back? That's why I want to know who are
It's
these
literally
people.
impossible.
Who are
You
these
just
people
gotta
that keep
scroll
just
and
keep
refresh
scrolling
and refresh and
Like,
refresh and
that
refresh.
that literally has to take like 6 hours to get all the way
I mean,
back
think
there,
about it.
especially if
If
someone's
you-
a frequent tweeter.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel bad for these people, but at the same time, we're going to be like this in like another 5 years, and no one's going to care what you said on Twitter 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's something.
Well, there'll be something better than Twitter,
Right.
at that point.
Right. Like, I'm happy that MySpace is gone. Like, if MySpace was around, man, jeez, I probably said some fucking weird shit as a fucking 14-year-old kid on the internet. You know what I mean? I think we all did.
All right, well, let's get back to
I think
let's get back to his game then.
I think you're more like in your early 20s.
Let's zero in on his game.
No, MySpace was high school, bro.
Oh, okay.
How good is this guy? Because we all know the potential. We know his offense is it's pretty raw at this point. But what makes him most attractive for the Celtics is obviously he's a rim protector and that wingspan. What is it, 7'5", 7'6" wingspan? Mm-hmm. I mean, for someone who's, 6'9", when's the last time we've seen a guy like that? Named Juwan Johnson, I guess. He had a pretty long wingspan as well.
So, as a prospect, I like the pick. I like the pick a lot because I think he's got a lot of tools that fit into today's NBA. I think he's a rim protector. I think he can run the floor. And I think he's athletic enough to be able to defend not only just like the big lug down low. You know what I mean? You got to be able to close out on the 3-point, and you got to be able to get into passing lanes. And I think he's shown that he can do that. But my only issue is his free throw shooting, bro. Like that. If I'm Danny Ainge and I'm Brad Stevens, I'm saying all summer camp, just shoot free throws. Like that's all, because you can't play that if you want him to develop. And you see Andre Drummond. You see DeAndre Jordan,
which is someone he's been compared to,
right? Yeah. I think he's DeAndre Jordan 2.0. Like
I heard an awful comparison, and I don't know why it was even brought up. Chauncey Billups said that his
comparisons were so bad,
bad. Tyrus, what's his name?
Oh, Tyrus Thomas.
Thomas.
Fine, I'll take Tyrus Thomas. But Tyrus Thomas was
he only lasted like 5 years in the league, if that.
Because
he was supposed to be a big deal.
I think he had, a drug problem.
You know for a fact.
No,
why is this a constant theme in this episode?
I don't know, man. Drugs are cool nowadays. Ask Lil Peep.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Lil Peep. Lil Baby. That's what they listen to now. They listen to drug rap, man. It ain't fucking cool no more. People used to get busted for selling drugs. Now it's just busted for doing drugs, man. It's ridiculous. But I will just say Robert Williams is going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to take a little bit of time. And you know what? The Celtics can afford to give him some time.
Either one of you upset that they didn't have a chance to trade up and get another big?
Yep.
No,
yep.
You wanted Bamba?
I think Bamba's going to be the best player in the draft. And the fact that he fell to 6.
That's not true at all.
The fact that he fell to 6 is crazy to me. Whatever you guys want to think.
Somebody shit on your mock draft, Sway, and said that he's not going to fall that low.
Yeah,
you had him at like 7.
I had him at 7. You almost went that low. Yeah.
See, in my eyes, I didn't put the mock draft in my mock draft, which is
stop
non-existent.
Bring up your mock draft. It doesn't exist.
I had Mo Bamba at 2, and I did text you that before the draft.
Dude, just like
that.
Dude, just like in my head.
That was my big surprise.
It existed
I had
in
Mo
my
Bamba
head.
at 2. I think he's the second best player in the draft.
It exists only in my memory.
I also think Bagley should have been number 1. I didn't have that, but I think Bagley is going to be the best player in the draft. But next year, he'll be Rookie of the Year next year. But I think Bamba's going to be he's going to change the way the NBA center position is played.
How about Michael Porter Jr., huh? What a great pickup for the Nuggets. I can't wait to see that team.
Talk about a steal. That's a steal.
That is a steal. Number 14.
I couldn't believe it. How did the Cavaliers, looking for a possible LeBron James replacement, not just take a chance on him?
You know what happened? He did himself in. He did last-minute workouts, and there were health concerns there. Shouldn't have done that.
Listen, just because he's not ready for the draft doesn't mean he's not ready to sit out a year and be the same exact player you've expected. If I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers knowing I need to hit a home run here because LeBron James is going to leave, right? I don't draft Colin Sexton.
He's not bad, though.
Colin Sexton is
That's not a terrible pick.
A good player. And he could be at his ceiling. I think Colin Sexton is like a number 3 on a playoff team. Not a championship
Give
team.
me a comparison.
Colin Sexton, I would probably compare him to
Kirk Heinrich.
He's a 6. I think he's like a 6 man. He could be like a guy.
A 6 man.
A 6. He could
Cleveland's
be a starter
in trouble,
he could be a 6 man on a championship team that comes off the bench and gives you instant offense. But his jump shot needs a lot of work. He's a little bit undersized for the shooting guard position, even though he's trying to be a point guard. I don't think his ball handling skills are right where it needs to be a point guard in the NBA. I think he's got talent, definitely, but I think he's a positionless guard, which maybe in the new NBA is fine, but it's going to take a little bit. You need someone to play next to Colin Sexton. And who do they have when LeBron James leaves?
Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson.
Good, yeah. Great backcourt. That'll do it. He'll pick up Clarkson's tendencies and just be a gunner.
Because I guarantee you, when LeBron leaves, JR will demand a trade the moment after.
They should have drafted Porter Jr.
No, they will re-sign Rodney Hood. There you go, right there.
Sure. I couldn't believe that they drafted Colin Sexton. Like, Michael Porter Jr. is sitting there just waiting to be drafted. And also the Knicks, too. The Knicks didn't try to draft him?
No, but it's like what your boy Windhorst was saying before Cleveland made their pick. This is going to either make or break LeBron's decision to stay in Cleveland. This pick right here.
You know who
That's
else
not
passed
remotely
up?
true.
Yo, even Jack McMullen was looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
You know who else passed up on Porter Jr.?
He doesn't do well on TV.
He's
He
awful.
really doesn't.
Especially when he's just shooting about the NBA. It's like, all right, you could kind of have a conversation with him, but then when he's just, he gets right back to that LeBron. Like,
Who, Windhorst?
Yeah.
Fat fuck.
Yo, like I just want Jack McMullen to be like, shut the fuck up. Like no one cares about what you think about.
You watched something with Windhorst and Jackie McMullen?
It was the jump. At the same time, during the draft.
What how many times did Brian Windhorst try to eat Jackie McMullen?
I didn't notice that.
Hey, Jackie, yeah, you know what LeBron James does? Come over here. LeBron James, you know what his favorite food is? Jackie McMullen. Ah! Come over here, I want to eat you. You look like a chicken bone.
Just bites her.
Just fucking bites her calf. And then Rachel Nichols is trying to fucking change
Brian?
the subject. Brian, he just
okay. She does one of those and transitions to another topic.
Come on, guys, really, guys.
How many pairs
I bet
of
she
LeBron
loses her
James
shit during the commercial break.
How many pairs of LeBron James spandex has Brian Windhorst sniffed in his life?
He's been following the guy since high school. So.
How many pairs?
Too many to count, bro.
Yes, thank you. Okay, good. We're on the same page. It's unfathomable. Unfathomable.
All right, one last thing I want to bring up before we get off the draft is what a horrible, terrible, awful trade that the Atlanta Hawks pulled off with the number 3 pick. That's what you do with the number 3 pick? Trae Young? And listen, I'm not one of those guys who hates Trae Young because there's a lot of guys out there. But when you have the number 3 pick, I can think of at least 3 other guys that are still available that you could have picked over Trae Young. Why did you make that trade? How about the guy you?
Yes.
Yeah. How about?
I want to ask you your feelings about this.
Let's start there. Let's start right there. Luka, you're gonna give him up to Dallas? Okay, and I get it. Okay, you get a first round pick next season. All right, great. However, you could have either just picked him yourself, or go big and go with Jaren Jackson, which is the guy I thought that they should have picked.
Why don't you just pick the guy that you want? Like, if you have a
or heck, your boy, go with Mo Bamba. Go big.
Like
I think if you have number 3, you go big there.
You went with. You know what though? You know what? Here's my big problem. I get it. You don't believe in Doncic, right? You don't believe in Doncic.
Then go big.
Then do the trade. Take the best player available at 5. And you know what? Trae Young is nowhere near the best player available. You reached for Trae Young. Yeah. You traded to reach for Trae Young. Yeah. If you didn't want, Trae Young would have been there at 8. Trae Young would have been there at 9. He would have been there. No one's reaching for Trae Young. That just made no sense to me. Like, you're gonna trade back, but not trade back far enough. So like, you have Doncic, you have Dennis Smith Jr., you have Harrison Bonds.
Yeah. Why'd you say it like that?
Harrison Bonds.
You have Harrison Bonds. Howison.
You're gonna have Dirk going for his last hurrah if he's not traded to the Celtics.
And
why do you still?
And they're gonna sign Clint Capella.
And they're gonna sign. They're gonna spend in free agency
or DeMarcus Cousins too.
Exactly.
One of those two.
Mavericks are not going to be bad next year. Mark Cuban will not go 2 straight seasons missing the playoffs.
No, he's like, I've been fined enough talking about we're going to tank.
Yeah.
I'm going all in.
He's like, the only reason why we're here right now is because Doc Rivers fucked me over with DeAndre Jordan. That's the only reason why we even tanked 1 season.
Nah, man.
We're not going 2.
And that was a Doc.
And look how that panned out.
That was Paul Pierce. That was Chris Paul.
Yeah, that was Paul Pierce. It was Paul Pierce.
That was a number of things that went into that.
But that's what I mean. The Mavericks are not going to be bad next year. You traded with the go. Who was the 6th pick? Trade with the fucking Knicks. The Knicks will suck forever. The Knicks will be in the lottery forever.
The Knicks are like, we're going in 2020.
hey, we really want to draft Kevin Knox. He's going to be the 3rd overall pick. You want to trade with us? No, Hawks are like, nah. We really like this Trae Young kid.
No, I don't know if Trae would have went that low, but
Trae would have went to 9. You could have got him at 9. Who would have taken him?
Yeah, actually, you're right. Because the Bulls,
they wanted
Wendell Carter.
They wanted Wendell Carter.
Yeah. That's the only part. That's the only team I thought may take him. But you're right. Yeah, they love him.
So read the top 10 picks.
All right, Ayton, number 1, Bagley, Doncic, Jackson, Trae Young, your boy Mo, Wendell Carter, Colin Sexton, Kevin Knox, and Bridges, number 10. Suns came up Thursday night.
They're going to win 31 games.
Unbelievable.
Devin Booker will average
not a
40
stride,
points.
but it's a step. It's a step.
Yeah.
Step in the right direction.
You know what? I saw something on Twitter. It was like, can you believe in a couple years, Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton? And I was just thinking, like,
yeah, I can believe that.
You're not gonna fucking sign any of those people. Like, they're all gonna leave. Like, they're in 5 years, you have no cap room for anybody. Pick one. Pick one.
If you get 2,
Yeah, pick one, maybe 2. Like a couple years. By the time they're good, you're not gonna be able to afford any of them.
They're like the Orlando Magic of like the early to mid 90s.
Exactly.
A good like 2-3 year run, and everyone just
Shaq,
left.
Penny, we're stacked, and it's like, oh, we actually can't afford, and and we signed the wrong guy. Oh shit, Shaq, where you go? Oh, bro, and then they're like, we got the number 1 pick, Dwight Howard,
Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, 3D.
Wait, get over here, Horace.
Hold on.
Great free agent signing. We're bringing a veteran. Let's give you $54 million, Horace Grant.
Hold on. Oh, Anthony Hardaway wants out? All right, let him go. We got Armstrong. He's going to save the day.
Yo, Brian Shaw still got something in the tank, bro.
We're going to have Tim Tunis come in the next couple of weeks or so.
By the way.
Got to hear his feedback on this.
So
our resident Suns fan.
I will give it to the Suns that they made it. So what about LiAngelo Ball? Did he get drafted?
Yeah, he got drafted by the
you know what?
by the Egyptian Tigers.
Your prediction was on point about a year ago. Didn't get drafted. The Lakers reportedly don't even want him on the summer league team. They're like, nah, man, we're good.
Like 1 ball is enough. Thank you.
They're like, let's
we don't need 2 balls. Thank you.
LiAngelo's like, you need 2 balls.
They're like, let's just
need 2.
They're like, let's just not waste each other's time. Let's just it's not
They're
happening.
like, no, we're gonna take
LeVar's like, stay in your lane.
We're gonna take former Denver Broncos running back Monte Ball, and he'll play on our summer league squad. I heard he wants to learn how to dribble. You know what was a steal in the draft? A steal, and I mentioned this guy's name last time, and I still think he's going to be a great player. And I get why the Celtics didn't draft him, because Robert Williams fell to him. But Mitchell Robinson now is a Knick who are going to ruin him. But I think he's going to be a second round steal of the draft. Him and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Brunson's going to be good. I like Brunson.
You know who else too? The guy from Creighton fell to the second round.
How about Villanova, though? 4 first-round picks.
Well, DiVincenzo.
Brunson's 5th.
Dante DiVincenzo is up.
Wait, no, it's 4. No, it's 4 in the 33. My bad. No, it's 4. Yeah.
Still, Dante
still
DiVincenzo
good,
should not have been drafted over Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, but you saw that coming, though.
Why?
He was up there on the
Why?
boards.
Why though? Because he scored 31. If he didn't score 31 in the NCAA championship,
Yeah.
the Bucks are idiots. You have Antetokounmpo. You don't need a shooting guard. You have Chris Middleton. You don't need a shooting guard. The fact that they didn't go and try to get a big is beyond me. Like, Robert Williams was there for the Bucks.
Who are they going to get? Oh,
Robert Williams was there.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they didn't like his checkered past. Fine. I don't know.
They like Thon Maker, man. Thon Maker would have got his feelings hurt. So what happens with Aaron Baines now?
Or you know what?
Is he going to stick around?
Draft a point
what do you guys
guard.
think?
You obviously understood Eric Bledsoe is not there to stay.
Who are you going to say, Drew?
Draft a point guard. Did they draft before the Spurs?
Onto the Kumpas.
Did they pass up on Lonnie Walker?
Yes, the Spurs got Lonnie Walker right after.
Right after?
Yeah.
So Lonnie Walker is on the
17,
board.
18.
Lonnie Walker's on the board, and you draft Dante DiVincenzo. The Bucks are inept. Is Jason Kidd still running this team from the grave, bro?
No, but he's not dead, bro.
He should be.
No, but you didn't
R.I.P. J-Kid.
You didn't hear about Antetokounmpo not wanting Bledsoe on the squad anymore? So they got to get another shooting guard in there.
DiVincenzo will be the worst player in the draft. He will see 0 playing time. 0. No minutes.
The same way you thought Markelle Fultz was going to be a big star by now?
I am a great judge of talent.
You said
Jaylen Brown sucks.
going to be terrible.
Markelle Fultz is a fucking All-NBA player.
Should we talk about your tweet that recently surfaced its ugly head a few days ago?
Okay. I said that Markelle Fultz will be way better with like 7 A's than any Celtic on the roster. Now, the only current Celtic that falls into there are...
Bro, he's not even better than Isaiah Thomas when he played 20 games this year.
Oh, come on. He's better than Isaiah Thomas.
Nah, bro.
He will be. Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
How do you say that he's better than him in this past season?
Listen,
though?
I was on...
He will be. You can make that case, I guess.
Markelle Fultz like you never seen.
Yeah, but you can always make that argument. It's still early.
Hot on the trot. Even when I didn't want Jaylen Brown, I just didn't want Jaylen Brown. I didn't care. I had Jamal Murray, Buddy Hield, blah, blah. Last year, it was Markelle Fultz and Markelle Fultz only. I still think he's going to be...
I can't believe you had Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn?
You wanted Chris Dunn over Jaylen Brown.
I still think that Markelle Fultz will be even though he's not going to be the best player in the draft, because I think we got him already, Tatum, and nice job, Danny. He'll be a top 3 player in that draft.
Either one of you thought that...
He's going to be better than Kyle Kuzma.
Either one of you...
Better than Mitchell?
Probably not.
Did either one of you think that this Kawhi Leonard thing was going to be resolved Thursday night? Because I didn't.
No.
I think this thing's going to go for a while.
Absolutely not.
None.
No. Because there was the rumors that came out before.
The Spurs would be stupid to make a deal on draft night.
Well, if it was a different kind of draft, if we're talking about Kevin Durant or if we're talking about, a talent of that caliber, a franchise-changing player. I mean, are any of these guys franchise-changing players? At least right now? Like, you don't know until...
Ayton, I guess.
But yeah, but you don't know until down the road, though. Right. I'm talking about like a bona fide... like those guys that come every 4 or 5 years.
No, but
shut up. That's not what I'm talking about.
Ayton is considered that because of where he went to or where everyone knew he was going to go to because the Suns have been bad for so long. But
he was the surefire number one pick. But that doesn't
been
mean
a number one pick last year too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he would have been a number one pick last year.
But then that's
went through college and was number one.
That's another type of those drafts. I'm talking about like every 4 or 5 years you get one of those.
How would that have played out if the Suns were like, yeah, we want Kawhi Leonard and you take this dude? Like, really? Like, I think it would have been bad for both sides.
No, I don't think so. I think if the Suns could have got Kawhi Leonard,
yeah, but
they would have done it in a heartbeat.
No, but you're getting him for 1 year though.
Sign a deal and come, or agree to an extension at the end of this year. Write something that says you'll sign on the dotted line.
But as wishy-washy as he's been in the past year, but you can't take him for
true.
Can't take him at his word.
Here's my thing though: is like going back to we didn't think it was going to happen on draft night. No, because Kawhi wants to see what's going to happen. He wants the dust to settle to figure out. And my guess is he's probably stringing along San Antonio. He's I don't know.
Well, no, when you say Kawhi, you mean stringing them along.
I mean stringing along because San Antonio doesn't want to trade him.
And they're not eager to trade him. Would you? Like, if you're the San Antonio Spurs, it's like, okay, yeah, let's expedite this rebuild. In the next couple of months.
If I'm
San
Kawhi,
they want to stay competitive.
I am saying, Greg, it's not you, Greg. Okay. I really like playing for you, Greg. It's everything else in San Antonio. I'm trying to play, and I'm just gonna play him along until I see where LeBron James go. I see where Paul George goes. I see where I see where the trades happen. I see what Boston's trying to do. I see what Houston's trying to do.
No, but it's not.
And I say, you know what?
It's not up to him though.
Well, I get it's not up to him where he goes, but it's up to him if he wants to stay in San Antonio.
Yeah, that because San Antonio is still under the impression like we can still fix this, even though. It's like it's done.
San Antonio is like.
I mean, if there's one team that could kind of like,
there's got to be something out there.
If there's one team that could be like, no, we can fix this. It's San Antonio.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's thinking the obvious here about what this conversation was about? If you're the San Antonio Spurs, what's the best card you can play when you're trying to have a discussion with Kawhi Leonard, trying to convince him to stay? You're somehow getting in his head and saying, "Listen, LeBron James is a possibility. Sit tight. We're gonna work on it, and I'm gonna need you to help me recruit him while we try to create space somehow."
No, that or they're just saying, "You want to be traded? relax. We're looking for the best deal.
No, I don't think that's the conversation.
No. But you,
No, it could be same.
It
same
could be because
conversation you're having.
because it could be because then you're like, if you're San Antonio, you're going to Pop.
Sit tight
you're going
until
to,
you can see what
exactly.
somehow
you're
get
going,
LeBron.
You're going to Pop. You're going to whoever. But like, yo, we need you guys to work with him like one-on-one or talk to him one-on-one. But like, change his mind.
Kawhi needs to have that conversation though.
No,
Kawhi
no.
needs to talk to LeBron.
The conversation
It can't be from the Spurs.
The conversation that needs to happen is Popovich to Kawhi saying, "Hey, I understand you don't like me, and I don't fucking like you.
But we
here's
both
what
want the same
Here's what
thing.
we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. You are gonna go out and say you want to play for the Spurs. You are gonna go out and try to talk to LeBron James. Do you
Yeah.
want to play with LeBron James? Of course you do. Go say it to the media. Guess what? When he signs, you'll then give us a little bit more back in return anyway, so it's a win-win for both of us. So we can try to build this around you and get some good players here as you being a part of the team, or we'll get a little bit more in return as the Spurs franchise.
Yeah,
But
no, you're right. At the end of the day, if that's the
the
only
way
option,
it is right now is the worst possible
no, I got you.
option.
But if it ends up being the only option that he's going to leave, San Antonio is going to tell Kawhi, if you legitimately want out, we're both going to walk away from the situation happy.
Right.
You're not going to fuck us.
But just say
Just
you want
leave.
in. Just say you want in to give us a little leverage.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you know
like,
what?
work with us. Help us help you.
And you know what? Maybe if you say you want in, maybe we can sign the best center in free agency.
Whatever.
Maybe we can sign the
Yeah.
best point guard in free agency.
Yeah.
And then before you go, I can say, look at the table. Do
Like
you
if
want
San,
to eat from this table?
yeah, if San
not,
Antonio
go
has to
somewhere
spend money, they'll do it.
else. Yeah.
They don't because
Rudy Gay's out.
half the time they don't.
Rudy Gay's opting out.
he's-
The
That's
thing is
cap
that they don't
problem.
have a lot of it though, and let's get into the
Rudy
numbers.
Gay's opting out, though.
Let's get into the numbers a little bit here though. LaMarcus Aldridge locked in, right? Forget it. No team was
Well,
trying
he's
to pick
got-
up that.
He's got one more year, right?
No, he's got 2 more years.
All right, 2 more years. But the
What's the number, though?
Is it
It's
a player
good
option?
number, though.
The next one coming up, this is why he's so hard to trade. $26 million. The last year of his deal, 24. So it dips a little bit. That's a hard.
That's
but
nothing
is that a
in
player
today's
option?
NBA.
Yeah, but what team is going to be eager
Hold
to
on,
pick him
hold
up right
But
now?
what
Hold on, hold
team
on.
is going to be eager to pick Al Horford up
No,
right
no
now?
option, Joel.
it's-
No
okay,
option.
It's not an option.
No
Okay.
option.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Horford has a player option.
Now, listen.
That's the difference.
He's gonna
Paul
always opt
Gasol, that's a little more reasonable. $16 million. He's got an extra year left. That's tough. That's
not
2 more
good.
years of Paul Gasol, and he just turned in probably his worst year of his career.
in. Could you trade Paul Gasol for Marc Gasol?
Again, it's happened
Let's
already.
do it again. Just be like, hey, we want to reverse
He
this.
said again.
So that's where they find themselves. And then if you're LeBron James, and okay, let's say, all right, I'm going to go to San Antonio. Do they even have the roster? So like that's where they find themselves. You know,
It's
like
tough.
it's a tough spot because even if you do end up creating that space to bring LeBron James in, I mean, this team just doesn't have enough.
Listen,
Kawhi Leonard,
Well, which
LeBron
is-
James.
which is
LeBron
another
James ain't going to the goddamn San
But hold
Antonio.
on. But about
But you know that name came up in the
no,
conversation.
but with San Antonio trying to trade or looking to trade Kawhi, if it gets to that point, that's why it's not an easy thing to do for those Celtics fans who are in that boat. That like, oh yeah, you just trade Jaylen Brown and that's it. That's all you need to do. You need to match up contracts or salary.
I will say though, there's been a lot of controversy, talk about if you can get Kawhi, do you center it around Jaylen Brown?
No.
Yes.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Why?
Because you could potentially lose Kyrie and Kawhi next
You
year,
ain't
and you
gonna
don't
lose.
have and you don't have Jaylen Brown anymore.
We've been saying this in this podcast for over the past
No.
year. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, they bridge the gap. They're the reason
Jayson
why this
Tatum bridges the gap.
No. Both of those guys. They're the reason why we're talking about a 10-year window with this squad. Think about it. Those two guys, after guys like Al Horford phase out, you know what I mean? Like those guys, Gordon Hayward starts to lose it a bit. We're talking like 3-4 years down the road.
Jaylen Brown's going to be Andre.
Those
Iguodala.
two guys are going to be the guy. No, he's not. He's not. Mark my words. He will make at least 2 to 3 All-Star teams.
He's already a better shooter than Iguodala.
He will be that guy who makes an All-Star team, doesn't make one, and then makes another one, doesn't make a few for a couple more years,
He's a number 3.
then he makes another
He's
one.
number 3 then.
Yeah, he's a number 3. Okay, what's wrong with that?
I'd rather have Chris Bosh as my number 3.
No, but you see,
AKA
you're going on
a perennial
Okay,
all-star.
No, I see
but
what
this
you're
is-
saying,
hold on.
but you're going on the fact that if you trade Jaylen Brown for Kawhi Leonard, that he's staying here long term, there is no guarantee that's going to happen.
I'm not even thinking about that, though.
But if you think about it,
I'm
if
on
you
some
got-
whole- I'm
if
on
you
some
got-
other shit right now.
If you got Tatum coming up, and so I don't know. I just feel like Kawhi Leonard. I would much rather have the option to sign Kawhi Leonard or Kyrie Irving after the season rather than we got to sign Kyrie. If you trade Jaylen Brown,
but I mean,
like Jaylen Brown's not going to be Kawhi Leonard, or he's not going to be Kyrie.
No,
Irving.
but listen to this. Don't you think it's better that you don't trade Jaylen Brown and say Kyrie walks? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Kyrie walks.
Sure.
Isn't that team still better than if you were to trade Jaylen Brown and you have Kawhi and you have Kyrie, and then Kyrie and Kawhi both walk?
But there's no way they both walk, because that would be two NBA superstars. If Kawhi and Kyrie are on the team with Al Horford, with Jayson Tatum, with Marcus Smart, who knows, whatever the squad is, they will make a run to the finals. And there has probably never been a finals team that just had their two best players leave. Ever. An NBA finals team. Regardless if you win the championship, you're going to say, let's do this again. We were so close. Let's do it again.
But this dude is so hell-bent on going to the Lakers, though,
fine.
Kawhi.
If Kawhi leaves, fine. You can sign Kyrie, and you still got Tatum. You still got Horford. You still got some cap room. You're still good. You can go out. You got cap room. You can sign whoever you want. That's a free agent. I think this is the question. Is Jaylen Brown ever going to be better than Kawhi Leonard?
It's not. No,
that's not it. Because it's
okay,
not player for
That
player.
is the question.
No, it's
Listen,
not. It's not player for player.
Let me get this out. Listen, okay. I'm going to get this out, and I want to hear you two give me another team that could put up a better offer, okay? No Jaylen Brown. No Jayson Tatum. Sign and trade Marcus Smart. Terry Rozier. Marcus Morris. Next year's Sacramento pick.
That's our whole, tough guys.
But you bring Kawhi in.
But you bring next year's Sacramento pick, and you just stack up all those picks that you have left in that
You didn't
asset
touch Memphis, yeah?
bucket. What's that?
You didn't touch Memphis.
I would give them Memphis. Give them all the
both?
picks they want. Give them something similar to what the.
No, I'm not.
Listen. Give them something similar to what the Nets gave the Celtics, but in this case, you're not even touching your best 5 players.
That's a no.
Give me a team
That's a no for me.
that can offer a better deal than that, though.
So if I'm the
Give me
Celtics-
one team that can give them a better offer.
So you're probably right.
No, but we already knew
But
we
if
already knew that the Celtics have the best assets to give up.
Yeah, but without giving up their young talent.
No, I
though.
know
I'm the
that.
Celtics. I am taking the next year Sacramento pick and the Memphis pick as
Give 'em both.
I want something
'em
better
both.
than Jaylen Brown. So I'm going to give you Jaylen Brown. Like I've had 2
Okay,
years of
okay,
Jaylen.
all right. So Sean, let's say hypothetically this player that you're thinking about for that pick, right? Okay, let's say that Celtics hold on to that pick and they grab that guy. Where does he fit in this 6-7 man rotation that's already established? Where does he fit?
Sure. I don't know. Maybe you flip that pick for you already
Kawhi Leonard, a
No,
top 5 talent in the NBA.
No. Where does Jaylen Brown fit if you have Kawhi Leonard on the team? If you have Tatum, Brown, Hayward,
He's
and
coming
Kawhi,
off. He's your
who
6th
who
man.
is
Marcus Smart is gone. Terry Rozier is gone. He's your 6th man.
No, that doesn't work. Who's going to play shooting guard? Jaylen Brown's a backup shooting guard?
Why not?
Hayward, Gordon Hayward.
I know. Why not? If you have Gordon
Irving,
Hayward,
Leonard.
Kyrie.
Kyrie!
You guys talking like babies today.
Yo, Jordan, where's Jordan? Bring Jordan down. He's going to be like, bah, 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 bah.
That's gonna be Jordan in like 4 months or less.
Kyrie's my favorite player.
Listen,
If you have Kawhi,
you got that backcourt. You got go. No, go ahead. You go first.
If you have Kawhi, you have Gordon Hayward, you have Jayson Tatum. Why would Jaylen Brown be upset about coming off the bench?
6-man role.
Here's my thing. Let's put it in the bigger picture. Big picture, right?
I thought I did.
So
I thought that was the big picture. I thought I nailed it there.
That was,
you're with I'm with you.
That was as big as a picture you can come up with.
I'm with you. So you do that, right? You get rid of Terry. You get rid of Marcus. You trade your
both
two
Marcuses.
Yes.
right? So you get rid of them.
By the way, hold on, real quick.
Both Mark-I?
If you're the San Antonio Spurs too,
all Mark-I.
if you're the San Antonio Spurs too, you should really like this deal because A, you can pick which ones you want to retain after the season, and B, cap space. All those guys I just mentioned, expiring deals.
Okay.
Terry Rozier.
Except Marcus Smart.
Hey, you got Marcus Smart for next.
Here's my.
two,
I don't
3
care.
years.
I don't care about the Spurs.
That's a great piece, and
if you do
don't
this deal, I don't care about
tell me
Spurs.
the San Antonio Spurs don't like that kind of player. Don't tell me Greg Popovich doesn't like a guy like Marcus Smart.
There's no way that you're going to be able to re-sign Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, world.
Okay, so are we in 2021? Like you cross that bridge when you get there.
Yo, when is Jaylen Brown's gonna be up in 2 years, bro?
2 years.
All right, 2 years.
That's a fun.
Let
2
him
years.
go now.
That's a fun 2 years to have Jaylen Brown.
I would much rather have Kawhi Leonard for 5 years.
Well,
But
hopefully
again,
he
there's no
resigns
guarantee,
after.
though.
Right? No, I'm with you, Joel. I'm with you. Hopefully he resigns. If not, you have another option.
But
You have a
No,
plan B in
no,
Jaylen
no,
Brown.
No,
No,
as-
here's my thing.
The,
Okay,
the
go
roster as is, you're guaranteed at least 3, 4, if not 5 years of trying to win multiple championships.
What? Because Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, if the way the roster is right now, without doing
Without a
anything,
trade, without a
without
trade.
making any moves.
Okay, without a trade, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, without a trade, I'm with you. But if you're gonna get Kawhi, give up Jaylen Brown because he's already 2 years into his NBA contract.
Okay.
Right? Because here's my thing. So I get what you're saying. Jaylen Brown's a proven commodity. You want to keep him on the team if you can. Fine. If you want to keep the team as is, I'm 100% behind keeping Jaylen Brown. But if I'm going to go out and get Kawhi Leonard, who, if I'm going to trade assets and value for Kawhi Leonard, I want him to sign long term, right?
Yeah.
If I trade draft picks, that means that 2019, those 2019 draft picks, their contract's up in 2024, which would be the same year if Kawhi signed a 5-year extension. Instead, you'll have Jaylen Brown, who's going to be up in the middle of Kawhi's deal, and if you have Kawhi, Kyrie, Hayward, and then you got to pick between Brown and Tatum, guess who's gone for nothing? Jaylen Brown.
But if you have Kawhi Leonard, what does it matter?
Well, that's why you just trade him now and keep your draft
But
picks.
if you already have Kawhi Leonard, what does it matter?
It does matter because
It
I want
doesn't.
the draft picks.
It
I
doesn't.
want the young guys that are going to be up when
No,
I can let Kawhi
okay.
go for no reason.
But, like-
I don't want to lose Jaylen Brown for nothing. Jaylen Brown obviously has some trade value. Trade him now. If he's not
But
better
then you
than
can
Tatum,
still,
trade him now.
trade him a couple years down the line. It doesn't have to be right now. If he,
But then you're going to lose.
Listen,
You're
though.
going to put in a Sacramento pick and a Memphis pick. And
I mean,
those are now gone. They're not your assets anymore.
I'm not for that deal. Just I see it, I understand it, but
name a team that has a better deal.
no, you're right. I know, but that's been established though. We know that Celtics have the best assets in terms of picks and young guys to trade for.
People tend to say that with Jaylen Brown in mind. No, they can pull this deal off without Jaylen Brown and still have a better offer than any other team in the NBA.
It's the same. It's the same reason why if the Celtics really wanted Kawhi Leonard and they traded Kyrie Irving and a pick or two, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You don't lose the young guys, and you got Kawhi Leonard, and maybe you got him beyond next year.
Well,
maybe.
I don't like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like that uncertainty.
That's my thing.
I don't like that at all.
If you are,
But we already saw.
I go back and
I
forth
would rather
on
see the
Kawhi
Celtics
for
stand
Kyrie.
pat.
No, you're right.
Than to pull that.
But the plan B of that, what I just said, is you have a better option to sign Terry Rozier long term.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, you're saving a lot of money, but still, I'm
And you don't have to give him a max deal. You're not going to give Terry Rozier a max deal, no matter how well he does this season.
what we saw last year from Kyrie Irving. I'm sold. He's your leader. He's your guy.
I mean, a week ago,
your guy.
Sean was like, the Celtics really don't need Kyrie
can
after
lead this
next
team.
year if everything stays the way it is.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's
Oh,
like
Sean's standing up now.
there's some expiring. I'm standing up. How's my voice sound? No, if obviously there's the chance that Kyrie will leave, which I talked about last episode. You can trade him if you want, but if you bring in Kawhi, you want to pair them next to each other. You want to make a run at it, and you want to see what's going to happen. And if that's the case, I don't know. I mean, I'm throwing Jaylen Brown in there just because, in my eyes, if you're trading for Kawhi Leonard, he's not a rental. If you're trading for Kawhi Leonard, he's a long-term solution. You're hoping he signs a long-term deal. So give up what you know, and you know what? I'm sorry, Jaylen Brown is expendable. Now that you have Tatum, he's expendable. Why? Because you didn't trade the Jayson Tatum pick. You drafted the guy you wanted. And guess what? Those Memphis picks, Jaren Jackson may be pretty good. Not next year.
Well,
that team's going to be trash next
But if
year.
Jalen made a big jump from year 1 to year 2, what kind of is he going to go from year 2 to year 3?
And I get that, but he's no Kawhi.
He was already better in the second year than Kawhi was in his second year.
If he hits his ceiling, if Jaylen Brown maxes out, and I mean maxes out, and I'm not sold on him maxing out. He would be worse than Kawhi. He's on a top 5 player in the NBA.
The same way he wasn't maxing out on Jayson Tatum doing things in the playoffs, right?
See, the thing for me is I don't see the Celtics having another chance within the near future of trading for a top 5 player. So I think when you have that opportunity and you don't sacrifice guys like Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, I say you do it. And if San Antonio is not for that deal, the one that I just talked about, then you keep it moving. You keep those guys intact. You keep the team the way it is.
But the thing with San Antonio, they're not going to be like Cleveland. Cleveland was like, oh, Kyrie, you want out? Okay. Bam, you're done. You're gone in a few weeks. San Antonio's going to be like, no, we're going to explore every fucking option.
Yeah, until December.
Exactly.
Until they see something that they really like.
Yeah.
And they can do that. Go ahead.
And they can even go into the season like still having
But that doesn't change the fact that
Kawhi,
the Celtics. But see, that doesn't change the fact that the Celtics offer, without including Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, is better than any other team in the NBA has to offer.
Right.
So whether it's now, whether it's December, whether it's right before the trade deadline in 2019, the Celtics still have the best deal on the table, waiting for them to finally say, okay, Danny, you win. Give me those picks. Give me Morris. Give me Rozier. Give me Smart. I'll take it. And the Celtics capitalize on a team that can easily knock off the Golden State Warriors next year and easily become the 2019 NBA champions.
If I'm San Antonio, though, if this is a San Antonio Spurs podcast, who are we demanding for Kawhi?
Oh, Tatum. And then you'll settle for Jaylen Brown.
No, you won't.
No, you'll settle for...
No, you won't.
No. Scratch that. You're saying Kyrie Irving, and then you'll settle for Jaylen Brown.
But why wouldn't you settle for Jaylen Brown? He was the second leading scorer on the Celtics by like half a point under Tatum.
No way. If I'm a Spurs fan, if this is a Spurs podcast, we are sitting here saying, figure it out. Don't settle for anything less. Maybe Sway's picks deal will do it for some people, but anybody who wants to do it is Tatum.
You got potential 2 top 10 picks for next year's draft. Yeah. That's Sacramento. That's a top 5 pick.
2 top 5 picks.
2 top 5s. Okay, but at least one of them is set in stone. That's a top 5 pick.
Whack next year.
Okay, either way, 2 guys.
Bagley could change Sacramento.
You can pick out of you have 2 picks, right? You have Marcus Smart. You can bring back Rozier too for cheap money because he's not going to get the same type of exposure we saw last season. So his stock's going to dip. Marcus Morris, whatever they want, whatever. Probably going to move on.
Okay,
that's a great deal for Kawhi Leonard.
I think
easily.
I think you are sorta overvaluing the players in the deal because listen. If we're talking about Kawhi Leonard,
yeah, but no. I'm not. I'm maybe
draft picks.
If anything, I'm overvaluing the picks exactly. And if there's one example of a team that came up on some picks, it's the Boston Celtics. If anybody wants to turn back the clock and look at what happened with the Brooklyn Nets deal for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and all those other guys, your boy Terry, you can look back and say, wow. The Celtics came up off of those picks.
This motherfucker just did a DJ White dance.
DJ White. DJ White. I wish we could get a camera on Joel doing that. DJ White.
DJ White in the building.
And this is a shorter window. Boom. 2 first-round pick. There you go. You don't even have to wait 2 years to get those picks. You get two quick picks in 2019. You get Marcus Smart, the defensive anchor in the backcourt.
Real quick.
And you get a scorer in Terry Rozier.
How quick?
Let's end the podcast with this. No Tatum. Everyone else is on the table. Do you do a deal for Kawhi Leonard?
No.
So Jaylen Brown's in it. You don't do a deal.
Nope.
Kyrie?
No.
Al?
They wouldn't take that contract.
If they did.
That doesn't even make sense. Yeah. They would be way over.
Not only that, you just mentioned Gasol and
if they said we want Al,
LaMarcus Aldridge,
Al, you got to take Gasol.
Where's it going to fit?
No,
Horford's not going to fit.
No,
Horford's not going to fit.
No. I'm saying I'm looking at the other side of things.
No, I'm saying
Paul Gasol in a Celtics uniform. No, get out of here, man.
Right.
No.
And anyway, get Kawhi on the team.
I'm telling you, that's the deal right there. I'm telling you. All right, enough of that. That was good though. That was great.
That came out of nowhere.
So for all you guys saying like, why these guys keep talking about drugs and all this stuff at the beginning of the podcast, thank you for sitting with us and being patient because we get a little hyped up over
R.I.P.
here at the Causeway Street
Bias.
Podcast.
No, seriously.
All right, let's get into our final segment of
Where's he
the
buried?
Causeway Street Podcast. The way we end every single episode of the Causeway Street Podcast, we take our trip around the NBA with In Case You Missed It.
In case you missed it.
DJ White with ones and twos. Fick it. Ow! Yeah!
In case you missed it, Jamal Crawford will opt out his final year with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he'll become a free agent.
Take that.
What do you think he's headed, guys?
Take that veteran minimum and come to Boston.
He's probably gonna go to Orlando.
Why does everybody go to Orlando with you?
They just do,
No, you know where he's going?
No one likes going to Orlando.
You know where he's going?
isn't he?
He's going to Cali, man. He's going to go play with the Warriors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what they do now. For aging shooters, they're like, yeah, let me go win a ring, and then call it
Wherever
quits.
LeBron goes, he'll go there.
Nah,
Could you imagine him being the spot up shooter for LeBron?
I could.
The Kyrie.
He might go to Philly and join LeBron. You're right.
He might go to Houston and join
Yeah,
LeBron.
he was disappointed with the season he had because he felt like he should have had a bigger role,
What
especially
if-
since he's been the sixth man of the year.
Who didn't feel
Can I
that
just-
way in Minnesota? I mean,
Can I
everyone
just
felt
say
that way.
One thing that just popped in my head.
Except for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he was the one getting all the shots.
Jimmy's like, what, man? This
What if
what
LeBron
coach told me to do.
Phoenix?
No, it's not gonna happen.
No.
Joe, what else you got?
Yo, if Philly doesn't have shooters,
Just gonna ignore
what the
that.
hell does Phoenix have?
This one guy is a pretty good shooter though.
Yeah, but it's just,
Devin Booker.
Rebounds?
no,
But that's about it. That's where it ends.
no.
No, you get
They
rebounds.
got to get rid of Tyson Chandler's contract.
Fine.
Who wants that?
Boston.
Joe, what else you got?
That's false. You know you wouldn't do that. Speaking of LeBron, the Cavs reportedly offered Kevin Love and their great number 8 pick to the San Antonio Spurs for Kawhi, to which San Antonio said, "Fuck no."
Yeah, I would have laughed in their faces. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, wait.
Click.
Is this 2010 Kevin Love?
Nah, you know what? I would have came at him.
Is he a 2020 guy?
I would have came at him sarcastic. Wait, let me guess. Kevin Love, right? Yeah. What else? Oh, the pick, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, the pick.
Is that the pick from Boston?
What?
They already offered that.
Are you putting that on the table? Wait, what?
They already offered that before it was the 8 pick. Who are you going to draft? Let me guess. Sexton, huh? Couldn't even draft.
I don't know. Rumor has it, guys. That's what you guys are
They
going,
got,
right?
They got him on a speakerphone. There's like 7 people in the background laughing.
Is that going to make or break?
Popovich just is like, I don't know.
Is that gonna make or break LeBron's decision to leave or not?
Popovich.
Huh?
Do you think Popovich is a psychopath?
No,
Yes, I do.
I don't.
Sway?
Like
A
little bit.
Do you think
a little
that-
bit? Yeah.
Do you think that if he ate Lucky Charms, he would pick all of the marshmallows out and just eat the cereal part?
Maybe not Lucky Charms, but something to that effect with another food. I could see him doing that.
Like if he ate oatmeal with raisins, he would order it with raisins just to pick out all the raisins, and then eat just the oatmeal.
So
with
that
a
kind of
raisin
psychopath.
flavor.
You're talking about like OCD.
I'm
psychopath.
talking like that type of shit, like that serial killer weird shit.
You've been in
I
here.
could see that. A little bit of it.
You've been at the new Causeway Street studios for way too long.
Probably.
Sean's describing himself. He does something like this, something similar.
No, I don't. Sometimes I view people who do weird shit and immediately assume they're a serial killer.
Hmm.
Like some people who
Immediately,
like
huh?
no, so like you know how like you're having like a good day, and like maybe you're with this dude, you're out hanging out, right? You're like, oh, you want to give me a ride? Word, thanks. You get in their car and it just smells different. And you're just like, that's weird. So you get where you're gonna go, and the motherfucker just takes 30 minutes to get out of his driver's seat. Like he has to like check his keys are there. Then he has to like check his lights are off. Then he forgets about his keys, and he's like, "Oh, what's in the glove box?" And you're just like, "Why is this guy taking 30 minutes to get out of his car?" It's probably a serial killer.
Joel, what else you got?
I don't know where to go from there.
I'm telling you. Think about those characteristics.
Well-
They're there for everybody.
I guess, speaking of serial killers, because you have the shirt on, in
Dexter?
case you missed it, Scary Terry, a.k.a.
Terry.
a.k.a. Terry Rozier. was
That's the voice that I hear whenever I see that.
Oh, look, it's Scary Terry.
Yeah,
Scary Terry doesn't
Scary.
fucking rhyme, guys.
Scary Terry.
Oh, it's Scary Terry. Hey, my name's Scary Terry.
which he fucking hates, by the way. But he's like, whatever at this point.
scary. It's so scary.
What I hated, what made me cringe, was I forget which game it was. It was more than one game too. When the entire TD Garden just starts chanting "Scary Terry," I was like, "Oh my god,
Scary Terry.
He couldn't help but do it again after that. After that fucking.
The ba, ba, ba,
Like,
ba.
I gotta go
Nailed
one more
it.
time
Yeah.
at least.
Can't just do it once after that. But no, I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, this is so corny.
All it takes at the TD Garden just to hear, bum, bum. Oh, shit.
Defense.
Yeah.
You're like standing in mid conversation, like, yeah, I can't believe she cheated on me. Defense. That's like you're like boom, boom. Oh shit, defense.
It's like, yo, and then
Like
right?
we'll finish our conversation later.
Yo, so I tried to surprise her. I came home early from work. I walk in the bedroom and defense, defense.
Well, you're like,
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
you're like, oh shit, you just start
Or
clapping.
the other one.
Charge. All right, what about Scary Terry?
Scary Terry from
Mr.
Los Angeles, California.
Mr. Terry.
That's not where he's from.
He was hanging out with Bleacher Report during draft night, and they dared him to call up Danny Ainge to see, since it took like 2 hours for that pick to be made.
Yeah.
Oh, so who are the Celtics taking at number 27? So, of course, like any other player on the Celtics can just FaceTime Danny, especially during times like that, right? Hits him up, talking about, yo, who you guys taking? You guys don't want to take my call, whatever. Danny's like, man, I'm getting a point guard. Don't worry about it. And he actually fucking tells him. What did he call him? What's his name?
He called him Bob.
Bob.
The biggest thing about that call to me is when he goes, yeah, we're drafting a point guard. It's like, ha, 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 ha. He's like, no, who are you taking? And then he's like, oh, well, we're looking over the options. And Terry goes, oh, okay, Danny, you're not going to tell me what's going on. And he's like, no, Terry, come on. Hey, it's Danny. Come on, it's all good. Come on. Like, he got so, like, Terry, everything's okay, bro. Nothing's a problem. I was joking.
Yeah, but why did he pick up the phone though? To me, Danny picked up the phone because he's like, he's probably thinking to himself, yo, whatever you heard, it's not true, man. I'm not trying to trade you. You know what I mean? Like he was thinking,
It's
like,
the first
got a
time
clip.
Terry's called me after all. It's been weeks of rumors of me trading Terry Rozier, and this is the first time he's called.
I got a clip. Let me play a little bit of this phone call.
Let's see it.
Ask him if he's trading you tonight.
Well, yeah, that would be good to know, too. FaceTiming Danny Ainge live on Facebook and YouTube right here on Bleacher Report.
We got the next pick?
You are after the Sixers pick, so I think you're on the
So
clock.
I can call him right now, and that's perfect.
We gotta go to Bleacher.
Who is going to be?
I got to draft a point guard.
I need to really know who it's going to be so I can, the little inside scoop.
We're trying to find out right now.
Try to find out right now. Okay, you don't really want to give me the inside scoop. I understand.
No, I do. I
That's
wish
what
I
I
could
mean,
tell
right
you,
there,
but
right there,
I think
right there.
it's
He
going
goes,
to be
no,
Bob
no,
Williams.
Terry.
We're working
Terry.
on looking at all the medical stuff.
Okay, gotcha. I just wanted to call and mess with you a little bit, see who it was.
All right, brother.
All right, man. I'm gonna talk to you. Be safe.
Okay, see you.
Yep.
Bye.
Bob Williams. I'm gonna go with Bob Williams.
2018, huh? Just like, all right, brother. It's like, all right. Hulk Hogan's gonna pop out of the closet.
He's like, peace out, homie.
Yeah.
he like emphasized the R at the end too. All right, brother.
Yeah, it's totally like
He said, brother.
totally like the Hulk Hogan use of brother. Like, I don't just say this to black people. I say this to everybody.
Well, after the draft, he said that he had no idea he was on live TV, which obviously he probably didn't. But what cracked me up was like, yeah, I never actually noticed that. He was just like, no, man, don't worry. I want to give you the inside scoop. He probably thinks that he's just kicking at his plays, just wants to hit him up and find out.
It's not it at all, brother. It's not it at all.
He's like, no, Terry.
Hey.
Terry.
Hey.
I'm
trying to work with you.
100% on your side on this. All right?
You know, you just hear the phones in the
You
background.
want the inside scoop? Here's the inside scoop. Bob Williams, okay? He's got a drug problem. Probably not going to show up to tomorrow's press conference. But we're drafting him at 27.
What if he answered the phone like you said before the podcast? Hey, my point guard of the future. What's good?
Or he goes like, "Hey, Danny, who you drafted? Who you drafted in this pick?" He goes, "Well, you know about the Kyrie trade already, so you know we need a point guard. So it's not to replace you; it's your backup, Terry." And the whole internet just
Don't
like,
get off.
Wow! And Danny's like, "What the fuck?"
Rozier just goes quiet and just hangs up.
He's like, that wasn't really Danny Ainge, bro. That was just.
He does.
Else.
No, he does it. He does like in reverse. He doesn't realize what just happened. He's just like, yeah. So he's gonna go with Bob Williams. Fuck Bob Williams. What was that? What was that Kyrie thing he just said?
Hear a Kyrie trade?
What was that about?
Did he just say Bob Williams gonna pair great with Kawhi Leonard?
I don't give a shit about Bob Williams. Did he just mention Kyrie's getting traded? What?
Like the camera guy is like, oh guys, we're live. Oh fuck that. We're trying to figure this shit out. We're trying to break some news here.
We have Golden State's pick up next. I don't give a fuck about Golden State's pick.
Guys, we're still live. We're still rolling. Fuck. We're just trying to break some news here, guys.
Rozier just like rips the mic off, just walks away, walks off the set.
He's like, a blunt.
he's like,
yeah, I'm not.
Guys, how do I take this off?
I don't know, man. I'm fucking stoned right now, man.
Guys, how do I take this off? I can't. Help me take this off.
Danny, fuck, Jesus. I told you I didn't want to call Danny. You guys maybe call. You know what? Fuck you guys, man.
The next pick after that. We have a trade to announce.
And the Golden State Warriors.
The Celtics will trade Terry Rozier to the Golden State Warriors for Nick Young.
The best part is when you're watching the draft, the actual draft, not the stupid Bleacher Report shit. You're watching the draft, and like, you've heard from ESPN, because Woj works for ESPN, 14 minutes before Adam Silver says it. But still, every time Adam Silver walks up and goes, "We have a trade to announce," you're like, what is it? Even though they've been talking about that damn trade for 14 picks, you're thinking he's about to say, Kawhi Leonard has been traded to the Boston Celtics in a 4-team deal. Like, every time I hear him say, "And we have another trade,"
league pending.
You are like a grandma giving me a Sega Genesis in 2004. That's Adam Silver announcing a trade. I got you a video game system, and it's Sega Dreamcast
with Sonic
I
and
know you were
Knuckles.
looking for that Xbox, but
here's
the Dreamcast.
Hey, that's where the 2K started, man.
I got you about a
Dreamcast,
bunch of games.
NBA 2K.
Here's Sonic and Knuckles.
You know what cracked me up though? The way he was.
Not even regular Sonic. It's Sonic and Knuckles. You're like, I gotta be this fucking flying fucking fox for a little bit.
No, man, that's Tails.
Who the fuck is Knuckles then?
Knuckles was the red guy.
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh,
that was a great game, Sean.
No, Knuckles on the scale of video game characters.
Try to keep up, okay? Sega.
Do your research, man. Yo, you know what's great about Woj though? Woj was breaking the stories, but he wouldn't just flat out say someone's getting drafted. He would be like, "Oh,
they think they're going to get drafted." That's ESPN cutting off his balls.
Exactly.
That's why Shamrock
are very
warm,
likely
interested
to pick this person. You know what I mean? And
it's so before the draft, ESPN brass had a conversation with Woj and said, "Hey, break the news, great, but we're going to change your verbs. Let's use this."
Like he was doing it himself.
That's ESPN because last year he was with.
No, they made him hone it down.
No,
but
his first night was draft night last year.
Yes,
he was picking the terms.
Last year he worked for ESPN, and ESPN was broadcasting the draft, and they were getting underpinned by their own guy.
Yeah, because he was breaking news like a couple days before that on Yahoo.
My guess,
and they're like, we gotta get rid of your Yahoo.
This is the thing.
Your Yahoo profile.
This is the thing.
Just go nuts.
This is the thing. The NBA probably said, "Hey, do you want to still broadcast the NBA draft? It's probably the top 5 most viewed event in the NBA all year, right?"
Well, last year's draft was more. We knew things were gonna happen, like trade wise and all that other nonsense.
All I'm saying is the NBA was probably like, "Do you want this, or do you want me to give it to TNT?" Like, you got Woj, tell him to tone that shit the fuck down. And they were like, yeah, you're right. Woj, just, we want you to be on top still, but just fucking put a little bit of doubt in there.
This is my favorite one. Well, one of my favorites. The Lakers are unlikely to resist Mo Wagner, the 25th pick.
That's what I was just being like, fuck you.
He must have erased it and like wrote like 20 different words before he actually chose that.
The Sixers are targeting Villanova's Bridges at number 10.
Yeah. Bulls are suspected to be very interested in Wendell Carter.
Very.
When I say very, I mean very.
Hold on, I think I got one more. What else I got?
Just go to the Woj account.
Cleveland prefers Colin Sexton, number 8.
But I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they prefer him.
He's sitting there shaking his head as he's, sending out the tweets, and ESPN is like, thumbs up. That's exactly what we're looking for.
There's another one too.
He like soft as fuck.
There's another one. He mentioned the laser.
Be vanilla, Woj. Be vanilla. Remember this? They just got a guy dressed as a vanilla wafer. There's some dude dancing around in a vanilla wafer costume, like, hey, I'm the new Woj. Hey.
The Woj bombs.
Fucking mayo sandwich, motherfucker.
Jeez. All right. What else you got, Joel?
In case you missed it, Inside the NBA crew was on.
I missed that episode. I did.
Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud this past week.
The best. You got some audio for Sway?
Yeah, I got.
Is that on demand?
I got some Chuck.
Some audio for Sway.
I got some Chuck right
Just
here.
play this, Sway. If you haven't heard this, I am. When I first heard this, I have never laughed so hard in my entire life.
I've seen so many Facebook statuses about this, so I can't wait to hear.
There you go. You done broke the ice, Chuck. You've been on the board already, baby. If a man's zipper breaks at church, what might he use to cover it up?
A child.
Wow. Whoa! A what?
A child. Man, gonna get us locked up. Wait.
Not a good answer. Not a good answer.
Not a good answer.
Not a good answer.
Not a good answer. Not a good answer.
I meant a baby. Even worse.
Ernie at this point blocked the other side.
Then he tried to fix it. He said, I meant a baby.
That's worse. That's worse. That's worse.
He's dying. Steve
God.
always
Is that
died.
Steve laughing? YouTube.
It's going on YouTube.
It was crazy. It's probably going to be up there, though. Somebody's child.
It was there.
It was person, and they gave him credit for it.
Technically, he's a person.
Person sounds better.
3 votes out of
Child. Baby.
Literally.
Damn,
This
Chuck.
is how when fucking
That's funny.
Paula thinks certain things are funny, and one of them is bad Family Feud dances. So
It's
when
hilarious,
I came,
especially with Steve Harvey.
That's pretty funny.
Steve Harvey. When I came home that day, she was like, "Your guys were on TNT. Watch it right now. Watch it right now." I was like, "Can I change?" She's like, "No, put it." And I'm like, "Oh, that's TNT." She's like, "I know."
She's like, wait for the second question. Wait for the second question.
She was like,
wait for the second question.
She was like, "Oh, baby!" It was literally.
Should have given it a chance to even say like, no, babe, I want to watch the World Cup. No, play it.
Yeah, man. And the funniest thing is Ernie on that shit was like, hey, yeah, like, I hang out with these guys on set, and then all of a sudden I started doing bad answers, and his face every single time he just would look down. Like, but you know what? Fucking Chuck and fucking Shaq.
They won it.
Paula's favorite part of the episode was literally Steve Harvey's face when Chuck and Shaq both walk out. He just goes, He's dying laughing because he's like, "Come on now for fast money," and everything's like.
He figured it'd be like Ernie and Ledlow or something.
And yeah, they both fucking walk out. He's going, just fucking walks away, dude.
Steve Harvey goes, "I normally at this stage I put my arm around, the contestant during Fast Money," and then Shaq just like grabs him and just like they start holding like hips and shit. Like it's all good, man. I got you. He's like rubbing his head and shit.
It was mad weird.
It's
on demand. I want to check this out.
Yeah,
it should be on demand.
It's on. Paul recorded it, man. Watch it later, bro.
Nice.
So fucking. They won the Fast Money, $25K to forget the name of the school, but I think they can. I think each one of them could donate that without having to go on the show. But
yeah, that's true.
But it was still good to watch. So if you can catch it on demand, Probably on YouTube the whole episode. And that is it for.
In case you missed it.
Make sure you follow us on all our social media outlets at Causeway Street. Sway, you were at the opening of the Arback Center, right? And so where the Celtics going to practice now.
Yeah, that place is amazing.
So the Celtics literally going to start practicing in Boston now.
It's like a baller's dream.
They got my man cave.
What I want to know is guys like Williams and future rookies going to be living in Brighton now, because nowadays it's full a bunch of college kids. Whereas before, when they were up in Waltham, that's where a lot of players would try to live close to. Lincoln, Paul Pierce moved to Lincoln, and Kevin Garnett did the same, and Sudbury was another one.
Moved out.
What?
They moved out. Where you think Robert Williams will now be like?
Robert Williams is moving into the actual practice facility.
They moved him in.
I mean, that's not a bad place to
he
could
live,
man.
They could make that like
Place is
living room
crazy.
area be like the Robert Williams Center.
Yeah, that's him.
Be like, hey,
That's
this is where you stay.
Like every time they do tours, you just see Robert Williams, with his feet up on the couch. Oh, hey, what's going on, guys?
You need a view of the practice court at all times.
You see that blank banner? Just stare at it. Stare at it for hours. Just don't say nothing. Just stare at it.
And then read these books about all the other Celtics championship teams.
And you know who your roommate is? Tommy Heinsohn.
How you doing, Tommy?
He's like, where's the liquor?
You get a negative Tommy
I've heard
point.
you had a drinking problem.
Tommy was there at draft night. It's good to see him.
Tommy.
You know who else was there? Scal. And he had to hop on a plane like 6 hours later to go start the Big Three. So
Scal's the worst person in the world.
Oof.
Tell us how you really feel.
All right. I saw something the other day.
Uh-oh.
Where Scal.
Is he the next one?
Yeah.
Or was I off with Ernie
He's
Johnson?
Yeah.
Hashtag me too.
It's going to be Scal.
Oh, no. I was trying to keep that out of this episode.
Abby's going to come forward?
Yep.
Abby Chen is going to come forward. All right. Joel's taking a little hiatus. I guess he's going on vacation. Man.
What are you going on, DFA, huh? Oh, you a restricted free agent, huh? Oh, yeah, you're going to do that for assignment? Yeah,
Sean hated that whole thing, huh? He's showing his true colors right now.
Draw up the contracts here.
Oh, you do? That's how it works. Huh?
So then let's have a little more appreciation, and let's use your inside voice before I put you outside.
Dude,
We out of here.
All right.
Later.
Later.